Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this week Forex analysis, we'll be looking at the Euro USD, the Pounds USD, Australia USD, BTC USD, US30, USDJPY, and gold. We'll be breaking down the key levels and possible area of interest. So stick to the end of the video. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more trade tips and Forex analysis. So let's go straight to the chart. Let's look at the Euro USD as our first pair for this week. Euro USD on the daily chart still have this major structure for downtrend. We can see we have this higher high, then we have a lower high, series of lower high. This is an indication for bearish trend momentum on Euro USD. So long we have this bearish momentum for a bearish trend, this shows that the major structure of the Euro USD still remain on a downtrend. But we also have an inner structure of a bullish trend on Euro USD, which is we have this price creating an inner structure of lower low and higher low, then higher low. This is an indication of price reversal back to this resistance level on Euro USD. A break of this lower high might trigger strong bullish momentum for Euro USD. So long the daily chart of the Euro USD is indicating price reversal, we expect price to push higher this coming week on Euro USD. So let's look at the support areas of trend on Euro USD. You can clearly see that on the daily chart, price closed on this support level and this support level. So long price closed on this support level, this is an indication of price reversal back to this resistance level, and a break of this resistance might trigger more bullish trend for Euro USD. So let's confirm our trend from the weekly time frame. If there will be a possible price reversal for Euro USD to this next resistance level. So let's confirm from the weekly time frame. So on my weekly time frame, you can clearly see that Euro USD on the weekly time frame close on its support level. You can clearly see that price close on this support level, which is also an indication of price reversal back to this next resistance level. So we're expecting price to reverse back to this resistance level this week. The break of this resistance might trigger more bullish trend, but if price fails, this might trigger reversal of price for Euro USD to the downside. So let's look at the structure of the weekly time frame on Euro USD. You can see we still have this lower low, then higher low, higher low, higher low. So Euro USD still remain on a range, but we still need price to do the test of this level first, start looking for possible selling opportunity for Euro USD. So our trend on Euro USD still, we still have a sideways trend, but we're expecting a reversal of trend back to this resistance before we can make any possible decision on Euro USD. So let's go back to daily chart of the Euro USD. So on my daily chart, so we are expecting price this week to do a retest of this daily resistance level. So a break of this resistance might trigger more bullish trend for price to this next weekly resistance level on Euro USD. So let's look at our next pair. Let's look at the next pair, which is the DSY. So DSY on the daily chart still have this bullish momentum. You can see we still have series of, we have this lower low, then higher low, higher low, higher low, then higher low. Long we have this bullish momentum on the DSY, which is the dollar index, we still expect price to continue to push higher, but currently we have price close on resistance level on the DSY. So long we have price on the close on the resistance level, so what we expect, so long price close on this resistance level, we have price close on this resistance level. So long price close on that resistance level, this is an indication of price reversal back to this resistance level. Then if price close below this resistance, this might trigger more bearish trend for the DSY. But if price fail to break this level, this might trigger bullish momentum for price to the top for DSY. So let's look at the weekly time frame of the DSY. So on my weekly time frame on the DSY, we can clearly see that we have price close on this resistance level. So long we have price close on this resistance level, there's an indication of price reversal back to this support level, which then we also have a weekly support level at this region. So there's an indication of price reversal back to this level. And if price tested this level and failed to break it, we might see price resumption back to the top. But if price break it, we might see more of the bearish trend for the dollar index. So we are expecting the dollar index to weak this week because price on the weekly time frame close on a resistance level. So expect more reversal, a weak dollar this week. So let's go back to the daily chart. So on my daily chart now, what we expect for the dollar index this week, the long price close on a resistance level. We see in two scenario of price what will happen on the dollar index. If you can see price close above this resistance level, which is this resistance level on the dollar index, you see price close above this resistance level, this might trigger more bullish momentum for the dollar index. But this level is a resistance level. We cannot buy on this resistance level on the dollar index. So we need price to close above that level before we can start making any possible decision for buying opportunity on the dollar index. So we remain neutral for the dollar index. Before we can look out to buy, wait for price to come to this support level, then we can start looking for buying opportunity for the dollar index. So let's look at our next pair, which is the British pounds USD. On my daily chart, the British pounds USD still have this downtrend structure. You can see we have this price creating this higher high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So this series of lower high still indicate more of a bearish trend for the pounds USD. And so long we have the pounds USD having a strong bearish trend, we can't just jump in because we have strong bearish trend. We need to pick out our area of interest for us to take any possible entry for selling opportunity for pounds USD. So let's ask ourselves, where is the current level that pounds USD close on? So let's look at our current level, which pounds USD close on. On my daily chart, you can clearly see that pounds USD close on this support level, this support level. So this indication of price reversal back to the next resistance. If price fail to break this resistance, we start looking for sell back to this support level. But if price break this resistance, this might trigger more bullish opportunity for the pounds USD. So our scenario for the pounds USD this week still remain bearish, but we need price to close above this resistance for us to start looking for possible buying opportunity. So let's look at the weekly time frame to confirm this trend for the pounds USD. So on my weekly time frame, you can clearly see that we don't have clear structure for price movement yet on the pounds USD. You see I have a sideways trend. You can see we have a sideways trend on the pounds USD. We need the flow of price for us to make strong decision for buying or for selling opportunity on the pounds USD. So whatever we are trading on the pounds USD now, we are just trading reversal trend on the pounds USD. So what do we expect this week on the pounds USD? Price close on the weekly support level. We have price close on this support level and this support level. So what is the indication of that support level? This is a sign of indication of price reversing back to this next weekly resistance level, which is this resistance level. We expect price to reverse back to that resistance level on the weekly time frame. Then if price break, we look at for more buy. If price fail, we look at for selling opportunity back to this resistance level. So we are currently trading reversal trend on the weekly time frame, which is we expect price to move to this resistance this coming week. So let's go back to the daily chart of the pounds USD. So on my daily chart, our scenario still remain, the daily trend still remain bearish, but the weekly chart still showing a different direction, which is showing a reversal of trend back to this resistance level, and a break of this resistance might trigger more uptrend. So let's wait for clear direction on the pounds USD. So no clear direction for pounds USD for now. So let's look at our next pair, which is the Australia USD. Australia USD on my daily chart close above a major support, close below a major support level. We have price close below this support level on the Australia USD. Seeing price close below this support level, this is an indication of a strong dollar and a weak Australia. So what do we expect from the Australia? Let's look at the trend of the Australia USD. We have this higher high, then we have a lower high. We have this lower high. This is an indication of bearish momentum building up on Australia USD. And we also have price close above this major support level. It's also a bearish momentum building up on Australia USD. So long we have this bearish momentum building up on Australia USD, what do we expect on Australia USD? We expect price to do a retest back to this resistance region. We can start looking for possible selling opportunity for the Australia USD. So we can't just jump in. We need to confirm this trend from the higher time frame. So let's look at the weekly chart of the Australia USD. On the weekly chart of the Australia USD, you can clearly see that we still have strong bullish momentum for buying opportunity on the Australia USD, which is we have this lower low, higher low, higher low, then higher low. This is strong bullish momentum for the Australia USD. So long we have this strong bullish momentum for Australia USD, we are still expecting this level need to be tested, but price still not testing this particular previous resistance level. So, but currently we also have price close on this support on the Australia USD weekly time frame, which means these levels might trigger a reversal of price back to this resistance. If price break this resistance, we might see more bullish momentum back to this next resistance. But if price fail to break that level, this may push price back to this next support level, which is previous resistance level on the Australia USD. So let's wait for better trend to sell the Australia USD this week. So let's go back to daily charts. So on the daily chart, we can clearly see that price on the daily charts and the weekly chart are in the same direction. But we need confirmation of price and back to this resistance before we start looking for sell opportunity for the Australia USD. So let's look at our next pair, which is the USDJPY. USDJPY still remains strongly bullish. On the daily chart, we can clearly see that we still have this bullish momentum on the USDJPY, which is we have series of higher low. Long we have this series of higher low, and higher low. This is strong bullish momentum for buying opportunity on the USDJPY. So let's look at our area of interest for any possible buying opportunity for USDJPY. So our next level of interest that we might look for possible buying opportunity, so long we see our strong bullish momentum, let's look at this area. So we need price to test these previous levels, which is these levels. Then we'll start looking for possible buying opportunity for more of the buy for the USDJPY. So long we see how this strong bullish momentum, we can't sell. We just need price to come to this our area of interest. Then we'll start looking for possible buying opportunity for USDJPY. So let's go to the weekly chart of the USDJPY. So on my weekly chart of the USDJPY, you can clearly see that we still have strong bullish momentum also building up on the USDJPY. Let's look at the trend of the USDJPY. You can see we have this lower low, which is we have this lower low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and higher low. So we have this higher low also. So this is a bullish momentum building up already on the weekly time frame of the USDJPY. So long we have this bullish momentum building up and price close above this resistance level, indicating more bullish momentum coming up for the USDJPY. So what do we expect this week? We expect price to retest this level, then we can start looking for more buy to the top for USDJPY. So once we see price retesting that level, we have to look out for more of the buy on the USDJPY. So let's go back to the daily chart. So on my daily chart now, we have to be patient and wait for possible buying opportunity from this support level to the top. So take advantage of this and wait for the right price setup to buy the USDJPY from this level. If you don't know how to do that, if you're a serious trader and you find it difficult to make money in this market, you can book for my one-on-one mentorship. The link is in description below, or you can also get my video courses. The link also in description below. So let's look at our next pair. Let's look at our next pair, which is gold USD. Gold USD still remain on a bearish trend. You can see we still have series of higher low, having higher high, then lower high, lower high, lower high. So long price still creating this series of lower high will still remain bearish on the gold USD this week. So we expect price to do a retest of this level. Currently we have price on this resistance level on the gold USD. Now, so long we have price on this resistance level, so our job is to look out for any possible buying opportunity, possible selling opportunity for the gold USD. So long price is currently on this resistance level. So wait for your price setup to get access to any possible selling opportunity of price for gold to this next support level. But if you don't know how to do that, you can book my one-on-one mentorship. The link also in the description below. So let's look at the higher time frame to confirm this gold movement from the weekly time frame. You can clearly see that price closed on this resistance level on gold USD. So long we have price on this resistance level, there's still a chance of price retesting this level before start looking for sell to this area. So you see expect more of a bearish trend this week on the gold USD. So our job is to look out for more of the selling opportunity on the gold USD this week. So let's look at our next pair, which is the BTCUSD. BTCUSD currently still have this bullish momentum on the daily chart. You can clearly see that we have this lower low, higher low, then higher low, higher low. Then, so long we have price creating a series of higher low, then price close on this support level. This is a chance of price reversal for bullish momentum back to this resistance. The break of this resistance might trigger more bullish movement for BTC to the top. So we have to look out for more of the buying opportunity on the BTC USD, because price is still creating a series of higher low for BTC USD. But once we see price close below this support level, this might trigger strong bearish momentum for BTC USD. So let's be patient and wait for price to close. Wait for price to sustain above this level. Look out for more of buy for the BTC. So let's go to the weekly chart of the BTC USD. Currently, we have price on a support level on BTC USD. We have price on this support level. So long we have price on this support level, our aim is to buy BTC to the top. Buying from this support level is not a bad region to buy, because we've seen BTC to do a retest of this previous support level before we can start looking for the selling opportunity on the BTC USD. So you have to take advantage of that particular support level to buy BTC USD to the top, because currently we have the pricing setup already on the BTC USD on this support level, indicating buying opportunity for BTC currently to this next resistance. The break of that resistance might trigger more bullish opportunity for BTC USD. So I just give a trade call now, take advantage of it, but apply proper risk management for buying BTC USD. Take this trade at your own risk. So let's look at the next pair, which is US30. So US30, if you follow my previous last week analysis, I said we expect US30 to continue to drop, and you can see that price really continue to drop on the US30. So what do we expect this week on US30? This week we expect price to do a retest of this zone again. We start looking for possible selling opportunity. But if price break, we start looking for buying opportunity on the US30, because currently on the daily chart, price closed on this support level and price convert this support to resistance level. This might test, they will see drop, but I expect price to come to this major level before start looking for any possible selling opportunity on the US30. So let's look at the weekly time frame of the US30. So on my weekly time frame on the US30, you can clearly see that we just have this pure straight reversal trend on the US30. Long we have this straight reversal trend, we still have bullish momentum, because why do we say we have bullish momentum? We need series of lower high to confirm we have bearish trend on US30 weekly time frame. But currently we don't have that structure. We need price to create series of lower high. Price is just retesting this resistance level now, which is a previous resistance level, and price fit to close below it. This might trigger buying opportunity back to this resistance level, which is this resistance level on the US30. So we have to look for possible buy for US30 to this next resistance level or this resistance level. So the weekly is already showing price reversal for US30. So let's go back to our daily chart. So our weekly chart is currently showing price reversal for the US30. For us to buy the US30, we need price to break above this lower high. Then we'll look for a series of higher low for us to buy the US30. So be patient and wait for the right setup to buy the US30. So if you are serious about your trading, you can book my one-on-one mentorship. The link is in the description below, or you can get access to my video courses. The link also in the description below. If you find this analysis helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more trading tips and forex analysis. See you in my next video.